So today we're going to have an introduction to data analysis. Then tomorrow we're going to have a toolbar work. Specifically, we'll be looking at how to manage data in Excel. Could be data for your business, for an organization, or whichever data, maybe for a student, whichever data that you have, you want to manage it in Excel. Do analysis and then make meaning out of it. But we cannot just dive into data analysis in Excel and start talking about the toolbars when we do not yet have an idea of what data analysis is all about and why do we even venture into data analysis. You may have your objectives, your reasons why you want to learn data analysis, which is good or which are good. But then it's also good that we review this so that you can have and the scope can be expanded. Maybe after this review, you will see that you need to know a lot more in Excel. Can you hear me?
I am actually disconnected and reconnecting presently.
Okay, which network are you using?
I'm using MTN. I finally did not have the chance to.
Yeah, because that's the best so far. That's the
Yeah.
best so far. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, by the way, before going into data analysis, maybe we'll talk about data. Data is any information that you have, could be facts that are disorganized, jumbled. The shortest definition, data are jumbled facts. You just gather facts and they're not organized. You can't make meaning out of it. But at least you've got it. That's data. So what's data analysis then? It's a process of inspecting, cleaning, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information, suggesting conclusions, and supporting decision making. You can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen? This line is breaking again. Can you see my screen? Okay. The session is being recorded, so we can just go on and then share to everyone. So when we have the jumbled facts and then want to inspect, want to see how useful we can make or how much sense we can make out of it, that becomes data analysis. So we want to inspect, we want to clean it, transform it, and model it so that we could discover useful information that can help us to suggest some conclusions that can be made and support decision making. Maybe support decision making in your business. Should you buy more of a particular product? Should you invest more in a particular staff or in an organization? Should you focus more on a particular area? Or should you reduce expenses from a particular direction? So data analysis will help you to be able to come out with such decisions. And we call them evidence-based because you're learning from your data. So we have types of data analysis. There are several analysis techniques that we can use, such as those in business, science, social science, and healthcare. Yeah, the major data analysis approaches are data mining, business intelligence, statistical analysis, predictive analysis, and text analysis. So for your purpose, learning Excel for business management, we may be talking about business intelligence here. So data mining is the analysis of large quantities of data to extract previously unknown interesting patterns of data, unusual data, and their dependencies. So you should know that the goal is the extraction of patterns and knowledge from large amounts of data and not the extraction of data itself. So data mining, as someone might think, is not going out to look for data. You already have a chunk of data, large quantities, maybe in billions of rows, that you just want to extract something from it that nobody knew about, something unusual. So data mining analysis involves computer science actually. We use computer science, a lot of methods, and it's at the intersection of the artificial intelligence, machine learning, statistics, and database. So those who do data mining are data scientists, and they will use softwares to, to mine large sets of data. The patterns obtained from data mining can then be considered as a summary of the input data that can be used in further analysis or to obtain more accurate prediction results by a decision support system. So when you mine data, you actually move into a large database and you extract some information that could be useful, and then you want to dig deep, maybe by now running some scientific methods on that data. Business intelligence techniques and tools are for acquisition and transformation of large amounts of unstructured business data to help identify, develop, and create new strategic business opportunities. The goal of business intelligence is to allow easy interpretation of large volumes of data to identify new opportunities. Like I said earlier, should you invest more in a particular product, in a particular stuff? Should you stop a particular line of business? It helps in implementing an effective strategy based on insights that can provide businesses with a competitive market advantage and long-term stability. So you could study data from your own business, or you could study industry data. You collect data, maybe you go online and get data from companies in a particular industry, and then you study the pattern. Maybe with an objective, you want to find out maybe the profitability of, let's say, the healthcare industry, because maybe you want to venture into the healthcare industry, and then you go online and you do that. Then you'll be able to study and say, okay, maybe the healthcare industry is not maybe the best industry to invest in nowadays. Maybe I should invest in the technology industry. You know, it's all about using data to inform decision making. Now, statistics is the study of collection, analysis, interpretation, presentation, and organization of data. So in data analysis, there are two main statistical methods. The first one is a descriptive statistics, where we just talk about what we see, the total quantity of what we see. Like there were 40 men, there were 40 women. We just describe it. The mean age was that, that deviation was this, and this thing occurred this number of times and give us this percentage. We just talk about the general description. But when we talk about inferential statistics now, we then use science to be able to draw an inference based on the small sample that we have. We then want to draw inference by making a generalization. In this case, we must have a hypothesis. So this is more about deep data analysis. This one may not be very useful in business, but it's very useful in those who want to discover something or those who want to add knowledge, like students who do their research at the end of their program and they want to find out if something is statistically significant. For example, there's a use of there's a lot of substance abuse out here, a lot of marijuana, a lot of substances that people use that are illegal. So you may want to find out some of the things that cause people to or youth to engage themselves in this substance abuse. Then you could come up with a questionnaire, you administer a questionnaire, you test their knowledge, and then you ask questions about triggers, maybe peer pressure. Just to go in just for experiment to experiment, to do an experiment. Those who go in because they want to have maybe a calming effect, want to they enjoy the calming effect of it and all that. And at the end of the day, you don't have to maybe compare to see there's a relationship between maybe sex, like male, female, or age group. Maybe the younger people are more into this particular substance than the older people. You want to find out some relationship. And then now when you find other relationship, you want to ask yourself if like, you can apply that. Maybe in a small study, you find out that okay, the younger population, people, guys or youth less than 18 years are more prone to maybe shisha, for example. Yeah. Now you want to ask yourself if that is statistically significant, can you generalize that to the whole population? Now you need to go deeper and begin to do test your hypothesis where you get things like p-value and you do correlation tests and all that. So predictive analysis in this case now is still using statistics, but then it tells you based on historical data, it helps you to forecast. You can also do forecasting in business where you use your past data, your past income. Maybe you can take your income for the past 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7 months, and then you use it to predict how much you expect to have in the next 2, 3, 4 months. Okay, so that one is predictive analysis and it's very, very useful in business. You could also use it in statistics or in healthcare to know that okay, are more men prone to having a particular disease than women? How many times the women are risks of having diabetes compared to men? You want to predict are they 5 times more at risk or 2 times or what? You just want to predict. Then in text analytics, and it's also referred to as text mining or text data mining, is a process of deriving high quality information from text. Text mining usually involves the process of structuring the input text, deriving patterns within the structured data using means such as statistical pattern, learning, etc. This one is mostly what we call qualitative data analysis, where you don't actually get figures. You don't go out and collect data in the form of figures and or numbers. You actually go and get maybe an interview where somebody speaks and you record it. You have a first focus group discussion where you collect just information that is text. This one is also another way that you can analyze it. This one is also good for business. I'll be talking about business because I know that there's somebody here. Mr. Jodone is business oriented and wants to learn Excel for his business. For Norbert, I'm still going to get to know your objectives so that I can, when I'm talking, I will be able to give examples that will reflect your particular interest. Yeah. So for someone like Mr. Judone, you may want to get your customers' consent or your customers what they think about a particular product or what they think about your business. And then you just maybe design a form and then you put them to feed. I mean, we've gone to many places, to banks, and we feed the customer suggestion. We feed something and put in the suggestion box, right? That's text. That's text. Sometimes they might ask you to read their services, then they ask your comment. What do you think about our services? And you write. That's text. So when you gather all that text, it's a way to analyze it to make sense out of it. So data analysis is defined by statistician John Turkey in 1961 as procedures. Anyway, we've seen this, no more going into a lot of mathematics. It's not for statisticians. And we're going to see most of these things, but we'll be specifically looking at Excel because Excel is the base. You want to grow in data analysis and data science, financial analysis, even doing analysis for NGO, you need to be grounded in Excel. That's the base. All the other softwares actually come from Excel. The base is Excel. If you know Excel, you can use the other softwares that are there. So many of them out there. Here of SQL, Postgres, if there is Power BI, here of Tableau, Arrow, SPSS, Python, all those softwares. If you know Excel, you're good because you always have your data. First of all, input it in Excel. You have to take it to those softwares. Sometimes I do my analysis for my students in SPSS, but then I come to Excel and plot my graphs because SPSS does not give me good graphs or the graphs that are to my taste. So Microsoft Excel is so powerful, and when the name it Excel. It actually makes sense. It speaks what it does. Yeah, software is excellent. Yes, when you do it, you excel. Actually, the name actually speaks a lot about it. So it provides several means and ways to analyze and interpret your data. The data can be from various sources. Data can be converted and formatted in several ways. It can be analyzed with the relevant Excel commands. Excel has so many functions and tools that you can use. There's conditional formatting, ranges, tables, text functions, date, time functions, financial analysis. You can do it, subtotals, quick analysis, auditing, inquire through what if analysis, some if. There's a lot you can do. You can do Power Query, Power Pivot. You can even do dashboard in Excel. I think at the end of the course, we're going to prepare a dashboard where you prepare an Excel sheet that will capture data from your business. Then you link that Excel sheet to a dashboard so that when you have your data inputted, you just go to that dashboard and you click. Maybe you want to see the results for January, just click January, the things will just change and you see the results. Maybe you want to see, in fact, that should be the last thing that we'll do. After we must have done all the pivot tables, Power Query, Power Pivot, the last thing is that we're going to do in this course hopefully. So there's data analysis, there's advanced, there's introductory Excel, there's advanced Excel. We need to go gradually and ensure that we give you what you need to be able to meet your objectives. So first of all, in data, you must collect the data. You cannot analyze what you don't have. If the data is not collected, you need to look for the means to collect it. And you collect the data following the standards. Because if you don't do proper data collection and the data is bad, then you spoil everything because no matter what analysis you do on wrong data, you will never have results that will help you. Because if you're collecting data from customers that are below 18 years because you want to tailor a product to a particular audience, because this thing makes a lot of sense. Sometimes when you're browsing on Facebook, you see some ads pop up. Those ads have been carefully designed to target a particular audience, maybe in a particular country and a particular age group. That's why when you're signing up for Facebook, they ask you for your sex, they ask your age, they ask your country, and all those things. It's not just for nothing. I mean, not only Facebook, all the social media apps, that's where they make money. When you want to run your ads on Facebook, you can tailor it to a particular audience. So, for example, if you want to run your ads because you have a product that you want to sell to young people, you want to run an ad to target young people, and then you get the information from them to know if the product is really going to be good for them. And then you target the wrong group. Maybe you target the wrong group because you design your data collection tool wrongly. You go and get old people. The data you get will never be useful to you because it does not solve your problem. So it's very important. And then data processing, of course, when you have it, you have to process it. Make sure that it is clean, it's well organized into rows and columns. And then you can clean it if there's anything that was missing or that was not to not match the criteria. You can take it off, you can adjust it. For example, if you're looking at height, some people put their height in meters, some put their height in centimeters. You can now change all the height to maybe meters by using some conversion to convert the units. So that's data cleaning. You're making it fit for analysis so that everything should flow. And then now go into analysis. After you've done your analysis and have results, you must communicate. So data analysts are good communicators. You must communicate using appropriate language that will make your results to be meaningful. Because if you do the best analysis out there and you are not able to communicate, you'll not still make sense. Because you don't take your Excel sheet and go and show it to your boss, you're going to take the results, go show them to him and tell him that okay, this is what I found out that if you invest in this product or if you target this type of customers or if you do a pilot study in this particular community, we can get enough information that can help us write a grant, or if we target this particular group of students, things like that. Very important. So we have just 6 minutes to go, and I think I've spoken much about this. And because I shared the textbook with you, you can read it again, and read again, and we'll see how. goes. So we're supposed to do a two-bar work today, but we don't have time. So we're going to do a two-bar work tomorrow. But I will not go without maybe opening an Excel sheet. So let me get one. And then I can share my screen. Okay. So I think I will share this screen too. See that my screen, I stopped sharing it. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen now. This is an Excel window, which we are going to see tomorrow. We're going to have a two-bar work tomorrow, and we are going to actually walk you through or walk you through this. The meeting and it's okay. I'll walk you through this, and we are going to see a lot when we do that. So for 1 hour or more tomorrow, we should be able to do a lot, especially this home tab here. Home tab here is powerful. So by tomorrow, we should be able to at least do a few things in Excel. So I know that Nero was studying and many of, I think Nobel joined and went off. Okay, so Mr. Judoni, I don't know, there is someone here. Can the post, who is on, please? Can you unmute your mic?
Yes, please, Mr. Edwin.